What's going on, guys? King Strats here, back with the video on the channel. As you can see, we took it to Taco Bell. They dropped a new Crispanada. Now, I am not the biggest fan of when Taco Bell drops new items, and it's mainly because a lot of times they just recycle ingredients. This year, they have changed the game with that, and they drop things that aren't just the same things and recycled 5 billion times. So I did go out of my way to get this. The Crispanada is right here. And what it is an empanada, but they crisped it up. I mean, it sounds pretty self-explanatory. Comes with a spicy ranch. It runs you $4.60. Now, that may change depending on where you are or where you live, but the one I went to cost me $4.69. But without further ado, I'm going to give you the Crispanada. I don't know what's in it. I think it's chicken. Not bad. You know, I'll tell it like it is when it comes to places like Taco Bell because I do get kind of annoyed, but here's what the filling looks like on the inside. It is basically just shredded chicken and cheese. I don't necessarily have a problem with that. They called it a Crispanada. It is crispy as hell. I'm sure you probably picked that up, but the inside is really cheesy, almost like queso. There's way more cheese than chicken, at least in mine, but I don't really think it's bad at all. Okay, it looks like all the chicken got to one end. Maybe it was like packed that way, but all the chicken is definitely there. And it's real chicken, shredded chicken. Not really mad at this. The only thing, maybe I'm nitpicking, $4 for this is kind of crazy. I feel like it'd be a lot more applicable to be like $2 and change or maybe $3, but almost $5 for one of these when like other options on the menu you get way more food. It's gonna get under my skin a little bit. But as far as just how the taste of this goes, it doesn't taste anything out of the ordinary, but it's still pretty good from a fast food standpoint. I think you should try it, and I would get this again. I just wish it costs a little bit less, but I still would give this on a fast food scale an 8 out of 10. Now, I didn't want to hold anybody up who just wanted to know what the Crispanada was like, but I did stop at a 7-Eleven on the way home. I wanted to get a bag of Jason Tatum chips. Didn't have Jason Tatum chips, but they had 5 billion different kinds of wrap snacks. And I've never done wrap snacks on this channel, but these are only 2. I have a bunch left, but I want to see if I can do them on a collab with somebody else because there's so many. We got the Rick Ross sweet chili lemon pepper, and we got the Boosie the Boosie Louisiana Heat. I also found these Trolley sour electric crawlers. Now, I love this. Is my favorite brand of. I get these every time I go to the movies, but not this particular. I get Very Berry or the OG. Never tried these. Wanted to try these. And then we do have, these have become quickly some of my favorite chips because I've been just warming up towards Takis, and this has just become like the fusion that I was waiting for. So I got that. Also got 2 things off their new value menu. I didn't want to get too many of them because they're pretty much all the same, but I did get their Stacker Taco, which is looking kind of struggle, but it's like a cheesy gordita crunch kind of, I guess. And then there's is also this, I believe this is called a stacker, which is like it just looks like it took a quesadilla and pressed it together, but I'm still going to try them because, you know, this is what we do. Make sure I dress these up correctly. I am a Diablo Coño type of dude, so I'll make sure I get enough on here. They only put meat on one side. Look. I ain't got no meat on that side. It's all over here. I think they made this in a Gravitron this time because the same thing happened on my other thing, but this is just mild sauce. Yes, I do have this. I use it on my meal prep when I make like rice and stuff. There we go. Boom. Whoop, shit. That's okay. So this doesn't have sour cream. I mean, they charge you like extra for that, right? No. I'm sorry. No. No. The tortilla on the outside, this is pointless. This is like literally pointless. They don't put enough queso in here. Look. There's not enough queso in here for me to just add this struggle part on here. Again, it's Taco Bell, so I don't hate it. But, well, it's just like $3. I'm trying here. if you like Taco Bell, you'll probably like this. I don't dislike it. It's just, you know, it's a Taco Bell vibe. Fast food scale, I would give this a 6 out of 10. The biggest issues I have with this, though, is everything's just super soggy. I know people will be like, oh, I said this 5 billion times. I do not live far from this Taco Bell. Like, I'm not trying to give you exact locations, but it takes me a very short time to get to this Taco Bell. I'm just going to leave it at that. The strips, there's just not enough on here. There's only meat on one side, and then it's just like really just... But that's pretty much what Taco Bell is, so I feel like I'm nitpicking at something I shouldn't be. And then we got the stacker, which I think was 3 and change. And yeah, it just looks like if you took a quesadilla and kind of pushed it together. I did get steak. I don't know why, but it just seems like there's a lot more food in this than the quesadilla. It's like an optical illusion. It's that same 3 cheese blend with their queso and then this steak that is getting saltier by the minute. I can't do it, man. I can't. I can't do it. You need something to break this stuff up. Taco Bell, for me, I get tired of it really, really quick. Again, I know people are like, why are you being negative? I'm not. This is just how I feel about Taco Bell. The Crispanada is definitely worth it, though. This, I would give a 5 out of 10. It's just really, really average for me. Let's try some of these wrap snacks, man. Rick Ross. Oh, sweet chili lemon pepper. I always think wrap snacks are funny. Some of them are pretty good, though. So these are just regular chips. There's no ridges or anything on these. They have different kinds, but sweet chili lemon pepper sounds like a vibe of a flavor, so I hope this is good. That's not bad. That's not bad. The lemon pepper comes on really strong at the end. I was waiting for it. The sweet chili is a little off, but it's definitely sweet chili. You're not getting a lot of like the heat part of chili. You're just getting the sweet part. So it comes across as almost like a barbecue lemon pepper, and I don't mind that at all. But my only gripe with these chips personally is I don't care for just regular chips like this. I would prefer if they were ridged because they hold more flavor. But either way, this is a very good chip. I would give this an 8.8 out of 10. Then we got Lil Boosie. Lil Boosie got his Louisiana heat. Now, I don't know what that's supposed to be, but I bet it's going to be good. Anything in Louisiana on is usually good 9 times out of 10, because they just know food down there. Now, these are ridged, which is a big, big plus in my opinion. Let's see. Whoa. They do have a little spice to them. My problem with these chips, though, they are really damn salty. Like, overpoweringly salty. There is some sort of Cajun seasoning on this for sure. Like, red hot seasoning. But I'm just getting, like, salt. Like, way too much salt. To the point that it's overpowering the chip. I'm trying to give them a chance. I like Lil Boosie. But a little too salty for me on these. It's going to be a no for me. I'll give these a 4 out of 10. I'm going to get in here on these Trolley Sour Electric Crawlers. I really, really love these. It's 2 flavors zapped together. I'm a fan of Trolley. They don't really put out anything that misses in my opinion, but... Okay, so there's 2 different flavors. I don't know which one's which. Okay, so we got watermelon strawberry, and then there's also... I'll just do the watermelon strawberry. This one's watermelon strawberry. Hell yeah. Oh my gosh, so good. Yo, Trolley's crazy for me, bro. Mango dragon fruit? Hold on. Mango dragon fruit's a little bit worse, but that strawberry one is on point. But I gotta get this one right here. This one is blueberry lemonade. All right, so these are the 3 flavors. That's the 3rd flavor. Two of those flavors are top notch. Trolley just, to me, has the perfect blend of sweet and sour. They're not over the top sour, but they always have enough. And then their berry flavors are always very pronounced with the sweetness. They're just so good. Yeah. They're not my favorite Trolleys that ever come out. but they're on the Mount Rushmore of them. And that's saying something because I like everything they put out. I'll give this a 9.4 out of 10. I love these. Man, they're good.
So if you're making $50,000, don't date. Ooh. I'm just being for real. You're not ready to date.
Again, I'm with you.
You're not ready to date. You're not ready to date because courtship costs.
Okay.
Everything costs. Okay. You can go for 22 walks in the park. Eventually, shorty is gonna need a sip of something. She gonna be thirsty.
I had to talk about this one. I know some people like, why are you always talking about dating topics? Sometimes they just pop up and they sound interesting. So as you listened, this young lady said, I don't know, she might even be older than me. I'm calling her a young lady, but she said people that make under $50,000 shouldn't date. I don't want to eat that. That's disgusting. I'm going to. Do y'all believe that? Do you think that people that make under $50,000 are not worthy of love? And she's specifically talking to men, not women, because she said it costs money to court. Now, I'm smart enough to be able to put two and two together, but I don't think she's talking about women courting men because that sounds like some traditional gender roles when it comes to courting, which is fine. Again, I have watched a few of her videos, and I've also been on what is now X, but used to be called Twitter. She's doing what's called rage baiting, okay? Because when I'm looking at people, because she's getting killed in her own comment section in a few videos, and she said, it's fine, keep running my views up. I get it. Do what you gotta do. But it's still a nice talking point, and do I think you have to make over $50,000 a year to get married or date? No, I don't. That is an average income. People live off of $50,000 a year. Are you telling me that the majority of people shouldn't be dating? I want you to think about what I'm saying logically. If I told people that make under $50,000 shouldn't date, that would cut off a large portion of the population. Only in this country do we put a monetary value on dating. I am not telling somebody who has a certain lifestyle they want to uphold that they are wrong for not wanting to date someone who makes that little bit of money. I don't think that's a little bit of money. I think that's good money. I think that's a good living. You can make an okay living. I understand it's tougher these days, but somebody who has $50,000 a year money and good credit, you're fine. People may not realize that, but you're fine. If that's what you feel like you need to uphold your lifestyle, that's fine. But to me, if your love, if your affection on either end of the spectrum has a dollar value, it's probably not really love and it's transactional. And in that case, but here's the big reason, and ladies, I want y'all to hear me out when I say this because I mean this respectfully. I don't think this is the right way to think, but here's the problem that I have. If a man were to make prerequisites on dating, because for the most part, men tend to date based off of a woman's physical appearance, right? And we don't generally care how much money you can make because you're not going to spend it on us anyway. That's your money. You know, like that's just normally speaking. I don't look at a woman and go, oh, she makes $500,000 a year. She's going to fund my life. Like, that's just not the way that I think. And most guys are in that same boat. Like, it's cool if you do, but I don't care if you do. With that being said, most men will want to date somebody that they're physically attracted to and takes care of them. That's like, boom. And a lot of guys are afraid that if they all of a sudden don't make as much money or they don't have as much money that they're going to get left. Could you imagine if I put like a weight prerequisite on a woman that I dated and if she gained that much weight, I'd leave her? Now, you're probably saying that's what men do anyway. I'm telling you that I inherently think that that's stupid and I don't agree with it. That's my point. My point is, you want your person to be in love with you for who you are, not what you do for them or what you look like. As a woman, I highly doubt that you would want to marry somebody who the only thing they thought about you was she's pretty. It's because, like, that's not how the world... I mean, you would just be like, that's the only reason you're here? Imagine you had a significant other, again, and you said, okay, so why do you love me? And the guy's like, oh, well, you look great. And that was it. And you'd be like, that's it? That's all I am to you? I mean, maybe you won't, but... that whole thing with the dollar value on dating and stuff like that, I always find it just like really shallow and really just kind of screwed up. Again, I'm not saying that you can't have those dollar values, but I've said this before and I'm going to say it again. If you're looking for a guy who makes a lot of money, there's also going to be a lot of other people that are looking for that same guy. Because there's just not that many men who make that much money. Like, if you start looking at percentages, the amount of people in this country who make over 6 figures is 8%. That's people. That's everybody. Like, anyone. Doesn't include married people, doesn't include women, doesn't include anybody. So when you start saying, okay, I want a guy who makes this much money, I'm this tall, I'm this good looking, I'm this available, I'm this... You're looking for someone who is incredibly rare, and if you're not incredibly rare yourself, then I probably wouldn't look for that, or you're going to be looking for a very long time. I'm not telling you that you can't have standards and stuff, but if you're looking, if I'm a guy who makes that much money and I have all of these things, there are a lot less of me numerically than there are of you pretty. If that's all you're bringing to the table, which is another thing I hear all the time, that like some people get mad at women here, like, oh, well, why are you asking me what I bring to the table? Because like, and this is me being respectful when I say this, but the reason that a guy is asking you that, he's already implying that he's meeting your standards, right? So if I'm looking for a guy, again, you're looking for a guy who makes this amount of money, right? And you're making this amount of money, this tall, etc., etc., and I say, oh, here I am. So what do you have to bring to the table? I'm not insulting you. I'm asking you because I'm looking at myself saying, I'm what you're looking for. What can I expect in return? And if you're going to say me, that is ridiculous because that's anybody can say that. So you're not rare anymore. And I just think that people need to be a little bit more realistic in what they're looking for versus what they offer. No one's saying that you can't look for something, but if you're not offering something that is commensurate with what you're looking for, it's unequal, it makes zero sense. If I am a guy and I am looking for, you know, an actress to date and I live in my mom's basement, like if I'm sitting in my mom's basement eating Cheetos saying, well, I need a dime or I'm looking for a bad beat, like, you're tripping. You get what I'm saying? So it's the same thing. Sometimes women don't really realize that what you're asking for, you don't bring. That's why they're not there. That's why they're not finding you, because you're not what that is. And sometimes you got to kind of check yourself. And I'm not saying this to insult anybody. I just feel as if, again, if you're going to put a dollar value, you're going to have to start upgrading yourself too the same way. But broke people can date. I dated when I was broke. And it worked out okay. Pretty sure my parents met when they was broke and they worked out okay. And a lot of broke ass people get married every day. So anybody who thinks otherwise, you're out of your mind. Broke people get married on a daily basis. You know why? Because they love each other. That's what really matters. But I'm going to get out of here. Taco Bell is just aggressively mid to me, but I like the nada thing. And there, like I said, is a bunch of new stuff coming out this year that for once I'm actually excited about with Taco Bell. I think they took the constructive criticism that people have been saying for the last year or two, myself included. I just feel as if their stuff they release is like Mad Libs. They just take the same 5 ingredients, they put them in a pot, and out comes whatever the hell it is, and that's what they eat. But this year, there's some cool stuff coming out. You know, they had a whole big thing, an event, and I'm really, really excited about that. We will be back, though, tomorrow. More content, man. The hand signs, they made it to YouTube.